This is Lorenzo, and this is the Training Design Taxonomy video series, lesson number 7. It's on the top 10 gymnastics strength benchmarks. Let's explore each of them now. As a quick review, there are 30 total fitness benchmarks that we will classify according to training modality, as well as the body's 5 physical skills. In this video, it's all about strength. The metabolic conditioning category has 6 total benchmarks, 3 of which are speed, 3 are endurance. In total, there are 21 gymnastics benchmarks. 4 of those are mobility, 7 stability, that was the previous video, and in this video, 10 strength. And finally, in the weightlifting category, we have a total of 3 fitness benchmarks, all 3 of which are benchmarks of strength. The 10 gymnastics strength benchmarks are the pistol squat, the side squat. These 2 are lower body benchmarks. We have a core benchmark, the leg raise, a benchmark of compression strength. We have the body row, a horizontal pulling benchmark. We have the pull-up, a vertical pulling benchmark. We have the muscle-up, also a vertical pulling benchmark. The push-up, a horizontal pressing benchmark. The body dip, horizontal pressing benchmark also. The handstand push-up, a vertical pressing benchmark. And finally, the hollow back press, also known as the 90-degree push-up, a vertical pressing benchmark. As a quick review, there are 3 performance measure domains we must keep in mind. The first is measures of time. We have seconds, kilometers, and watts. As for our second domain, we have measures of position, which we measure in terms of range of motion, also seconds, and repetitions. And as for our third category, we have measures of load, which also includes range of motion, kilograms, how heavy can we lift, and then how heavy can we lift for how many repetitions. As we can see, all of our gymnastics strength benchmarks are benchmarks of position, specifically range of motion and reps, hence the legend color of orange. All of the numbers next to the benchmarks therefore represent number of reps, and all the blue numbers represent male benchmarks, and all the pink numbers represent female benchmarks. Also, if you look closely, all these benchmarks are multiples of 3 so as to make it easier to remember. These multiples of 3 also makes it easier for us to see the strength differences between male and female in terms of a ratio. As we can see, there's a strength ratio difference of about 1 to 1.5 to 2.5, meaning that males are typically 1.5 to 2.5 stronger in these benchmarks on average than their female counterparts. We not only have clear intersex differences between males and females, but we also have interdimension differences between the same sex. In other words, there are strength differences for different exercises within the same sex. So for example, if you can do 18 pull-ups as a male, then you can probably do at least 30 body rows in a row, which is a strength ratio difference of roughly 1 to 2. To use another example, if you can do 24 push-ups in a row as a female, you can probably do 12 dips, or you should aim to do 12 dips, which is also an intersex strength difference of a ratio between 1 to 2. We can therefore also see a somewhat hierarchical and progressive strength relationship between different exercises within the same sex. So for example, the body row can serve as a great foundation for 18 pull-ups, and 18 pull-ups a good foundation for 3 muscle-ups. Or if you are a female and you can do 24 consecutive push-ups with good form, that's a good foundation for 12 dips, 3 handstand push-ups, and at least 1 hollow back press. The benchmarks you see here today is a result of years of consolidation over time of multiple different sources. The first source that I started with, because since we're dealing with gymnastics standards, was the International Federation for Gymnastics, which also gives us the code of points. My background in CrossFit was also an inspiration to come up with standards that I thought were very reliable. And finally, perhaps most importantly, was to integrate all of this information with my own personal experience, working with more than 500 students of different fitness levels, as well as in different age groups. In fact, many of the images that you'll see here of my mother is such a great example of what's possible for people in their 60s. So for our first example, the pistol squat, your goal as a male is to be able to do 6 on each leg in a row, and for the females to be able to do 3 consecutive reps in a row. Next, your goal is to be able to do 24 side squats as a male and 15 as a female. A side squat is defined as moving left to right is 1 squat or 2 shifts. Shift to the left, shift to the right as 2 shifts. Your goal is to be able to do 24 side squats, that's 48 shifts, or 15 side squats, which is 30 shifts for males and females respectively. Next, the leg raise is a demonstration of compression strength, and your goal as a male is to be able to do 6 in a row and 3 for the females. Next, we have the body row. Your goal is to be able to do 30 consecutive reps in a row as a male, and for the girls, you are aiming for 18 consecutive reps. Next, your goal as a male is to be able to do 18 consecutive pull-ups, and for the females, consecutive pull-ups as well on the rings. For the muscle up, your goal as a recreational male athlete is to be able to do 3 on the rings or the bar, and for the females to at least be able to do 1 on the rings or the bar. Next, your goal for the push-up is to be able to do 48 push-ups in one go with good form for the males, and for the females, 24 push-ups with good form. Next, if you can do 48 or 24 push-ups, then you want to start working on, and you probably can do 24 or 12 dips. Next, we've got the handstand push-up. Again, if you can do 48 or 24 push-ups, 24 or 12 dips, you can start working on your handstand push-up, focusing on being able to do 6 and 3 handstand push-ups in a row. Once you can do 6 or 3 handstand push-ups with good form, you can start to practice your hollow back press. And your aim there is to be able to do 3 as a male, and for the females to do at least 1 full range rep. So in summary, there are 10 gymnastics strength benchmarks: 2 lower body, 1 core, 3 pulling, 4 pressing benchmarks and standards that you should focus on if you want to achieve total body strength domination.